Yeah.
He sent. Oh, did you send it to Fred?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you showing it. Oh, never mind. I was looking at something else.
Oh, here you go.
Y'all,
Good morning,
It's
everybody.
easier,
Welcome in. How you doing? I gotta share some links here real quick.
easier to see in a picture, though. There you go, Fred.
yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Gonna put something on his medallion. Yeah, he's a pretty mean looking dude.
Hey, let me hit y'all back real quick. I got a call. I got to take, so I'll call you right back.
All right, buddy.
All right, bro.
All right, later.
Get some
All
rain
right.
over there last. Get some rain over there last night.
Yeah. No, you are not. I knew this
Got a
was
little
gonna
bit over
happen.
here too.
I brought these out, and the little shits are trying to get into them already.
Yeah.
Get down, or you're not getting any treats.
I just had to order cat litter this morning. I was all out.
Uh-oh. I'm sure Eddie's very thankful for that.
Yeah.
Whiskers, get down, buddy. Come on.
He usually goes outside, but every once in a while he'll use the inside one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's better than the carpet.
This is what shows up on YouTube when that before a show.
For
Can you
what?
see it?
Nah, not really. Oh, okay.
That's
Who's that?
that's Cinder. That's Cinder.
Oh, okay. He looks
Mm.
more gray in that other picture I saw.
Yeah. Well, when he was little, I'll
Oh,
show
okay.
some pictures.
Yeah, all right,
But
I got you.
the first picture in that batch that I sent you, the small one,
Yeah,
that's what he looked like when he was little. He
yeah, okay.
actually um had almost no other markings. He was solid white
Uh, uh,
with a little bit of a cinder color at the very bottom. That's how he got
yeah,
his nickname.
yeah. They used to
Um,
have a solid white bunny around here.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He was around for a couple of months and then he disappeared. I kind of doubt if he was a pet, but can't rule it out. But he disappeared. Could have ended up being fox food.
Or he
Red
could have ended up being Hawk or
Yeah,
Owl.
red tail hawk. Yeah, owl.
They all
Yeah,
they all love that.
yeah, we all got them all around here, you know. And he
Yep, yep.
probably stuck out like a sore thumb at night. Poor little bastard.
Now, like over on Rumble, they see the actual picture that I took this morning
Oh, okay.
of Flag and Fluffy and
Hmm.
Smokey are on the sidewalk there.
Yeah, I would have put Eddie's up on mine. The one where he's laying underneath the flag. Looks like he's shooting you the finger almost. Laying there, he's got his paw out, and like if he had a middle finger, it would like.
He'd be like, "Here, suck on this."
he just looks like a badass. Like fuck you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my boy. He's inside sleeping. I don't think he's gonna be hanging out outside as much this winter. I don't know.
I'm
I
not
was
trying to be rude if you're watching. Just sending links out so that other people can join us.
I was
All right, I'm back,
petting
y'all. I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
I was petting my one cat last night, Stassi. She's the matriarch around here. She's the one that had all these kittens. And I felt a real big fucking lump on her chest.
Uh-oh.
Like this probably as round as a soda can, like, diameter. Yeah, it sucks, man. She's been here longer than Eddie, even.
Yeah.
The matriarch,
Well,
man.
fuck, Fred.
Are
It's
you at
much
home,
that,
Fred,
yeah.
or in the truck?
No, I'm in the truck waiting on my shipper to
Ah,
come to
okay.
work.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Watched a good Tucker Carlson this morning.
Oh, yeah?
I forget the guy's name he was talking to, but they were
Was it
talking
bald
about
guy?
that Jay. Huh?
Was it the bald guy?
No, I don't think it was the bald guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had hair. They were talking about the J6 pipe bomb.
Oh, that was a hoax. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Bongino's the only person I ever heard talk about it. But I heard a lot of kind of new information on this show this morning. I wonder if Ray wasn't looking at his watch pretty close during all that shit.
well, Ray absolutely.
Well,
changed
I think
it.
I'm gonna just tell you straight up. I think Pelosi got caught with her panties down and had to divert attention.
Yeah, I think it was a backup plan. I think that shit was purely backup. If things wouldn't have been so crowded there, they might have used that. I think.
Yeah, that's
But
kind of where I'm at on it. I think it was supposed to go a different way. It didn't.
yeah, well, yeah. And Ray Epps. I think he is like the center pin on that shit.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
let's go over
He's the
here.
one that let him in. And if he was watching his watch, he was well aware of all kinds of shit.
Everything.
Yeah. That was
Morning,
such a
Dave.
hoax.
Yeah, he was in the middle of a lot of that. Don't want to admit to it.
Oh yeah, well that's why he's disappeared. I haven't heard nothing from him in forever.
Well, he
He
threatened
probably
to sue, Fox News and all them and people who were accusing him of being a part of that.
Yeah.
And we're like,
He
fucker, you're on video.
He probably got a new identity living somewhere.
Put him in protective service, I bet.
Pretty much, yeah. Because his face is all over the place, so he ain't gonna hide too easily.
So we're gonna try something different today.
Uh-oh.
If I can
Uh-huh.
get it out from under these guys.
Uh,
I brought a laptop out so I can actually look stuff up in real time without having to leave the chat behind,
Well, get one of them fucking cats on it, man.
right?
Hell yeah, you got enough support.
Get
Grass,
some.
gas, or ads, or use the laptop.
They'll like crawling across the keyboard. I know that much. They love doing
Yeah,
that.
well, of course.
Before we get too much further here, I do want to say welcome to our new Twitch community. We are now streaming over there. We are on Locals, YouTube, Rumble, and X. So we're on 5 different platforms now. So please feel free to say hi. Yeah, ask any questions. Tell us what you want us to talk about.
If you get offended by anything if you get offended by what you hear here, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Well, we can be a rambunctious group for sure, but we're a very caring group. We we like to meet new people, and we're okay with differing opinions. We don't all have to feel and to think exactly the same way. Good morning, Jamie.
Hard.
To our veterans, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. We do appreciate you.
Amen.
If you know a veteran in need, please have them contact me at bridgingpathways.sasquatch@gmail.com.
Gmail.
At Gmail, yes. That way we can do our best to work with them to make sure that they get what they need. There is absolutely no reason in this world that any veteran should be going without anything at this point. And it really pisses me off that we have veterans out there that are going without, and we're going to work on.
I need some crack.
Well,
Don't you dare send it either. I'll whip you.
I'll send the whipper, all right.
I'll send you Hunter's number. He can hook you up.
I've already been threatened with a riding crop, so
I know
Yeah.
some Amish that can hook you up with that stuff.
no, I'm good. That's not the Dix, is it? Have y'all seen that on YouTube about the Amish? I can't remember that something Brothers is the, but they're always messing with those folks.
No, about 25 years ago. Hi, Cora.
Hi, Cora.
You're so dumb.
Sup?
Good morning, Mother. Welcome on. Mom's under my name on Rumble.
Morning, Mom.
What's the matter, Cora?
Woo woo. That's like a good pot of mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine. Mom says to all of our vets, I really do appreciate my freedom. Without you all, we would not be free and still believe. She says, and I still believe America is the best country to live in.
True story.
Hey, from a vet, y'all just did what we knew was the right thing to do. And I'll do it again. Without hesitation or reservation.
Heard that from plenty of people now. And they all mean it, just like you did.
Alrighty.
I'll be right back.
All right, bud. So, oh, get off the computer, please. No, don't be on the laptop. I know the buttons feel good on your butt, but no, you're not allowed to sit on the laptop. Ay, ay, ay.
Trying to butt dial somebody.
Well, thankfully I have it locked, so they can't do anything to it, really, except pull up the lock screen. But
You want to see what they're searching for with their butt.
Dave said, yeah, I'd do it again. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, my. So, I've been seeing a lot of international news and international influencers online that are absolutely ecstatic that Trump won the election. They are really wanting to get back to what used to be considered normal,
Yes.
which I'm all for that too. But yeah, so here's to it's funny that they all say that Trump's not respected by the international community and this and that, but yet the day after he gets elected, Putin is wanting to taken work on negotiating a ceasefire in Ukraine.
Same with Hezbollah.
Yep, Hezbollah's backed up. The Houthis have stopped.
Illegal stuff coming.
Well, there's a big caravan that's trying to come up now, but
I heard
Mexico is stepping up, and they're supposed to be stopping them.
Yes.
Because they're afraid of the tariffs
Trump.
that are going to get levied against them if they don't stop it.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on, and it just makes you think and wonder, what the hell are these people watching that they're getting the wrong idea, that they're not understanding the real situation?
Well, we all know what they're watching. They're watching mainstream media, and all the regular talking heads, CNN, The View, the late night talk shows. They're all just perpetrating absolute bullshit.
Well, I heard that the talk shows are supposed to be going away.
Yeah,
I heard they're doing away with all these, and I just want to. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I need veterans and service people and good people to run this country more than I need any of these fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
More than I need any of these sports players. I'm sorry, you playing with the fucking ball does nothing for me personally.
No.
Is it entertaining to watch? Yes. But it does not have anything to do with my life and my freedom. You're not paying my fucking bills. I need people in place that are going to do good economic choices to help bolster our economy so that we all can live better lives.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I gotta go over and read Rumble. It's too small. I can't read it. Good morning, Animal Farm. How are you today? That's right. You have off school today. Or do they have off school for Veterans Day? I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mom says, what did you hear that Trump is already in contact with Border Patrol and working with them for plans of how to go through with this massive evacuation of illegals? I know that he is working on a plan. The biggest question that most of the left is saying is, well, how are you going to pay for all this? And I shared a link online of a guy who came out with the best answer that I've heard so far. And it's like, well, we're just going to stop giving all these illegals all this money. We're going to take that money back and we're going to use that to go after them and deport them. And then people are like, well, how are you going to find them? Well, New York, it shouldn't be too hard. They were all out in the streets the other day, just, out there yelling and saying they're not leaving. So that makes it pretty easy to find them, I think. Welcome back again.
I'm back, y'all.
So, yeah, I mean, the left is completely delusional. You have George Clooney coming out and saying that we're not supposed to trust ourselves or our friends, that we're only supposed to listen to him and the mainstream news to get our information from. Well, I sent Mr. Clooney a message. Well, not a message, but I posted on X. Let me go read it verbatim so I don't get it wrong here, because I don't want to.
It ain't hard to say fuck off.
Well, no, I put it in a. Where did I say it here? Well, if I can find it, it's being difficult. But basically, I told him that their days of controlling the narrative and pushing how people go is over. And like Fred said, I told him to fuck off. So,
Well, there's just one less movie I have to watch. 'Cause I used to like Perfect Storm.
yeah.
I used to like Ocean's series, but yeah, that's all gone now.
I'm not
He
getting
played Batman in one of the movies.
Yes, he's one of the worst.
Yeah, I
Batman.
don't have to watch Batman no more. Unless it's Michael Keaton.
Well, Michael Keaton's just as bad.
He's not as bad as some of the others. I don't mind everybody having an opinion, but don't judge me because of the way I vote. If you do, fuck you.
Yep.
I don't judge you, you don't judge me.
And there was a girl that came out. Oh, happy birthday to Jamie's mom. I just saw that. So
Happy birthday, Jamie's mom.
birthday.
Mm.
Hopefully you're doing something nice for her for her birthday today, Jamie. There was a woman who came out and with a very eloquent explanation for why Kamala lost, saying that it's not because of racism, sexism, transphobiaism, or any of those isms that they like to throw around. It's specifically about her. People don't like her. They
Well,
don't like her policies because she really had no policies. She was just
I-
throwing out a bunch of buzzwords.
No, I have a conspiracy theory on this that. I had this conversation with somebody else last night. I don't think Kamala really wanted the job. I think somebody had something over her and forced her to take the job so she could be the puppet and the fall guy for the fallout of it.
Yeah.
And I think she did a lot of that stuff to sabotage herself.
Well,
She
yeah,
did
may
a pretty
very
good
well
job
be
of it
true.
from the looks of it.
I mean, they're trying to get Thune and Cornyn in as Senate leader. And those guys are a couple of, let's say they're students of McConnell. I'll leave it at that.
Well,
Yeah, it's not-
I'm
it's
a little
not-
upset with Trump for praising Mike Johnson like he did.
Yeah, Mike Johnson's not his friend. And
Oh, he probably will be now that he has a new
McConnell.
boss, but
McConnell's just, we know McConnell's a piece of shit. And the fact that he's trying to push early votes on the floor for the leadership, we all know why he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because the idiot.
Well, because he's hoping he can get one of the two guys in there that are the anti-Trump guys. The one guy is for amnesty for these illegals. But they're pushing
Well.
that he's pushing for leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hope
There'll be a whole new damn change of attitude once everything's said and done. So
Animal Farm says Americans want a government that doesn't interfere in everyday life. Yes, that's true. Listen, you live your life the way you want to. You want to dress up like a fucking elephant and run around naked in your house all day, going, boo, acting like it. You do you, buddy.
hey, you stayed at my damn window.
But, well, hey, I couldn't help it.
Fucker.
You had them elephant trunk underwear on,
It was a baby elephant.
But, I'm not here to judge people. I'm not here to tell people they can't live the way they want to live. But don't come to me and tell me that I have to acknowledge that you're an elephant when you're not. Okay? I'm not going to support your delusion. That doesn't mean that you can't act the way you want. You can act the way you want. I'll throw peanuts at you.
I like peanuts.
I'm an asshole. But
I mean, and they can stay inside their own little communities and do whatever. They can stay just with the people that will recognize their delusions. That's
In my
fine.
pocket, don't be looking.
That's all
I'll
right.
face
All
that.
I see in there is a bunch of lint.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
It's cobwebs.
Yes. AF is completely right. We just want you to leave us the hell alone.
Do you know who?
Musk?
What's her name?
Go ahead.
Katie. There's a woman from the UK. I think her name's Katie Porter. She's a really big woman's advocate.
Is she also a really big woman?
No, she's not.
Hey,
She's
don't
not
be
like
hating
a
the fluffy
feminist.
girls.
She's not like a feminist type thing. She's more the keep men who think they're women out of women's spaces type woman advocate. She's very 2A advocate. And she is one of the ones who is completely ecstatic that Trump won. Animal Farm said that's a lot of cats. Yes, it is a lot of cats. And it's not even all of them. Yeah. So, if everybody wouldn't mind saying a prayer for my Cinder, hopefully he shows up soon. I don't know if he got out or if he's just hiding because he's not feeling well, but we haven't seen him in 2 days. And I'm starting to get a
Sorry to
little
hear that,
worried.
Chris.
Yeah, life happens. So,
Like my life.
but yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there.
Also, hi, Mike.
Hey, Cal. How's it going, bro?
I had a pretty good weekend. I was mining salt all weekend, just bathing in salt, rolling in salt, trolling.
Cool,
in
cool.
salt. I may have egged a few people on. Now, I wouldn't egg them towards, self-removal or anything like that. That's just cruel. No, I
Morning.
won't do that. But I will egg them on to be like, just to make them harder. I mean, seriously,
Animal.
what are some of these people so afraid of? Ooh, we're going to have 4 years of prosperity and no wars
Yeah.
and all that.
What does that
stuff.
number start with that you're looking for? 45717? Is that it?
Yeah.
It
Did
just
you
doesn't make any sense to me.
did you see where
Okay.
the leader of the European Union is now talking about trying to work out getting their natural gas from America again?
Yeah. It's because they're afraid of tariffs. They want to do as much quid pro quo as possible.
Animal Farm says, but you start telling them you can't drive a gas-powered car or you can't use gas
I got the
stove.
right phone number this time. Last time I messed it up, didn't realize it.
You don't have control of your children, they will rise up. They are afraid they lost control. They did lose control.
Yeah, that's their thing, is that they love control.
And there's a lot of them that they didn't have control of from the beginning. Because we didn't follow their narrative from the beginning. Those of us who actually get our information from both sides and take and discern for ourselves what is right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people who seem to have lost that ability, who believe that whatever the news tells them is what they should
Gospel.
believe. Yeah,
Yep.
gospel. Nope, I don't do that. I don't play that game. I don't trust anybody in power. For the
No,
most
thank you.
I'll be honest with you. I don't 100% trust Trump right now. He has to prove
Okie dokie.
a lot, but I mean, he's making some really good decisions that I like.
40.
Yeah, he's
He's
keeping Pompeo and Haley out. That's a
Yes.
big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who were afraid that he was going to bring Pompeo back. And, they were very happy when they saw that he was not. So, you know, him turning Kennedy loose on the regulatory agencies is going to be good. You know, why are we allowed to have colors that are made from petroleum, which is toxic, on our food? But yet you go to Canada, you go to Australia, you go to the UK, and the exact same food that we're eating here, they're making over there with all natural flavoring.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Somebody in the Oklahoma area, is I-40, you guys got good weather over there this week?
Let me check, because it's supposed to be pretty decent. Last I checked, but that was a couple of
We've
days
had
ago.
trucks shut down for a week over there because of all the storms.
Oh, we ain't got no storms. Nothing planned. It's going to be in the mid to upper 60s. Sunshine, maybe a few clouds.
Well, I think that was between Texas and Albuquerque, though. I was speaking out of line.
Well, you guys had some bad storms last week.
Well, yeah, we did. But yeah, radar's clear for now.
Okay.
I don't see really any
I
bad stuff.
I worry about them folks over there. That's why I don't run that route anymore.
Yeah.
I got tired of getting shut down for weeks at a time.
Paul, did you see out in Colorado?
Yes.
That to you. Out in Colorado, they actually shut down most of the state because of the snowstorm. And if you were in a commercial vehicle and you got caught driving on certain routes, they were shutting you down and fining you thousands of dollars over it.
Dude, they'll do that in Pennsylvania. I lived it last year. If you were empty, you could not drive on the roads. You know what? And if it's that bad, I don't care if you're empty or loaded, you shouldn't be driving on the roads.
The big thing is going over the river, the Susquehanna here for us. If you're empty, they get such bad downwind.
Crosswinds.
Yeah.
That if you're empty, it'll pick your trailer up and actually drag you off the bridge.
I'm gonna tell you what, I had a incident on 90 cross right outside of Erie. I mean, another driver, it picked his whole left side of his truck. I saw daylight all the way well, it wasn't daylight, it was moonlight, but I saw 9 of his wheels come off the road. And he got it. He kept it upright. God bless him. But I told him next rest area, I don't give a shit whether it's parked or not. We'll figure it out. We're done.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be late.
Mom said, "Okay, y'all have a blessed day. Love you all."
Stay warm.
Mom
You're going out.
It's actually nice right out here.
Yeah, it ain't bad out at all.
It's almost 60 degrees, I believe, right now.
Look. I grew up in Florida. It's bad.
I don't know. We should be pretty comparable to Florida right now.
I'll tell you what, I got a son up in Halifax who owes body fat percentages. Yeah.
He's second guessing his choices at the moment.
Yeah, I hope that school was worth everything he wanted it to be. But you know, he's a student teacher, and he's got a full ride scholarship, and it saves me from my pocketbook getting wrecked. So
there you go. Alrighty. Al, those are Claw's little guy.
Oh.
I'm stuck doing everything one-handed at the moment because the other hand is being
Hey, shut, bruh.
the cat's holding it down. Thank you.
Yeah, I bet it is.
I have. I shared a survey from the GOP headquarters on Discord, and I think I sent it to a couple people. If you're interested in that, let me know. I will send it so you guys can send out your own. Or you can go to winred.com, and I think you can find it there. I want to check out. Let's see what the World Economic Forum's been up to. I'm pretty sure they're,
Just don't say we did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're in panic mode. I saw news that the pharmaceutical companies, all the heads of the pharmaceutical companies, had an emergency meeting this weekend.
Yep.
I saw a video of somebody from the World Economic Forum talking about sharing rides, and them saying about how if you make it convenient enough that, say, you just use your smartphone and you can get into your neighbor's car. You don't even have to know your neighbor, she said. But you can basically steal their car and drive around, and they're saying that this is what people want. No.
Well, yes, but with the cars of the guys from the World Economic Forum, they got freaking Lamborghinis, they got freaking Porsches. Yes, okay, I will go and borrow their cars.
My brother,
I would love that. I would give it back even.
my brother's in a Corvette club, and one of his friends that has like a brand new Corvette told him that they can use your VIN and get in your car. So he said, like, if you're ever at events or whenever you're at in your vet, my brother has a
Check that okay?
22, I think. But
I'd be covering my
he
VIN
said-
number everywhere I go.
that's what he said. Yep. So that's for high-end cars, you know.
Yeah,
No.
no, I don't want anybody else in my car, but people I tell can be in my car.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's my Honda.
I paid for that shit. Nobody else. I pay the insurance on that shit. Are they going to fucking pay for it if they wreck
I
it?
checked it before. I think I didn't see sunlight in there. But
Real faint, like.
Which is exactly what happened to me. That's why I no longer have a car. It drove away without my permission.
Here's an interesting one for you. The World Economic Forum believes that we should give forests legal rights like people, so that that can help against fight climate change.
can I go in there and look real quick? You don't mind?
I'm sorry? Yes, climate change is real. Not arguing that. But it's a natural occurring thing, in my opinion. And it isn't a crisis. It's not something that... There's nothing we're going to do that's going to fix climate change.
Now, see, on
In
the
my
other hand, I was going to say, why not just make more things that are the equivalent of national parks if they're so worried about forests disappearing? I mean,
I think they're talking more along like the Amazon forest.
I know.
A lot of was like I think they had a bunch of flooding down there, and the farmers down there are trying to clear more forest that isn't in flooded areas to try and start farming.
Which is a continuing problem because of how the soil is and the plant life is down there. Is when you strip more trees away, you get more flooding. The rainforest is rainforest for a reason. And really, it's diminishing returns. They have so many issues with what goes on with deforestation down there. Yeah, I mean, we should really have better controls, better ways. The reason why they started doing it in the first place is because way back in the 50s and 60s, somebody looked at all that delicious rainforest and say, hey, that looks like very fertile land. We could start up huge farms there. That'd be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. Then it started to get rain issues. They get flooded out. A lot of that topsoil goes away, washes away. And they find out that the nutrients aren't as deep into the soil as they thought they were. The soil isn't as compacted and resilient to flooding as maybe in other parts of the country. And, they lose all that fertile soil. So instead of trying to, build it back up, what they decided to do was just move the farm. They moved the farm closer to the forest. Clear out some more forest, make some more farm. And the problem just starts all over again. And then they start
rerouting the water too,
Yep.
away from its natural
irrigation and wasteful irrigation at that. So I mean, they are causing an alteration of their environment, which, by the way, humans, that is what has created civilization in the first place. The problem is they're doing it in a very wasteful way, a very inefficient way, in a very destructive way. And mind you, these are practices that have now been ingrained in their behavior for 60, 70 years. This is just the practice that they do. They clear, it floods, they lose it, or it becomes infertile. And then they just move. Instead of trying to keep the farm where it is, try to improve the farm, terrace farming, crop cycling, all the tricks of the trade that you can do to, hey, Latoya, to make farmland fertile. They just don't do it because it's easier and cheaper for them to go right up to the forest, clear cut the forest, sell the lumber, and build another farm. And then the problem just happens again, and they just keep going and going and going and going. And this has been...
They need to leave our weather alone. Yes, they do. They need to leave everything alone.
Well, you know what? Okay, now, screw your tinfoil's hat on real tight here for a second. Did anybody track Hurricane Raphael? Anybody? Okay, I did. To say that Hurricane Helene took a very unusual course is one thing. Raphael took a really strange course. It went up through the slot, which is usually defined as on one side you got Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and all that. And then on the other side you've got Cuba, Jamaica, the Caribbean islands. But the slot right between Cuba and the Yucatan goes basically more or less northwest to southeast. It more or less went up this slot, but instead of slamming into the United States, which it would naturally do after progressing up through that slot, it all of a sudden stopped, turned the fuck around, and died. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying we have weather control devices, but I mean, that's just kind of rubbing it in our faces. We're going to create a disaster and try and disenfranchise tens of thousands to maybe 500,000 voters, maybe more, maybe kill a bunch of them, and then send FEMA in with orders not to help anybody with a Trump sign, which is a thing. And then, Trump won the election. Turn the hurricane around, boys. We're going home. I'm going to turn this hurricane all the way around. We are going home. Yeah. I mean, if you have even the slightest belief in then having some kind of capability to control weather, whether it's through cloud seeding, lasers, space-based, magic arrays of unicorn farts and rainbows, I don't care. When you see a hurricane do that after another hurricane went whoop, you just kind of go like, those patterns are not normal. And you guys know, I've been studying severe weather nigh on to 30 years now, ever since I was a wee shit, because I wanted to get into meteorology. And just watching those two hurricanes take the two most unusual paths of any tropical system ever. I mean, they didn't even slam into the border between Brownsville and Mexico, which would be the next most likely impact point. It didn't impact at all. It basically did a corkscrew right in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, and it's now aiming south, and it's not even a tropical system anymore. It's not even registered as a depression. It's basically obliterated itself. Storms don't do that in the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is basically a hot tub. They get stronger there.
And as far as us having any effect on global warming or whatever the fuck they call it. The only way we're not going to contribute to it is if we all just sit the fuck down and do nothing.
Stop
Like,
breathing.
there's no way
That's
we
what they
can live here.
want. But that's what they want.
We
They
can't
want to
live-
reduce the global
Yeah.
population to like 50 million people or whatever. Didn't you read?
Yeah,
the
you
Georgia
cannot
Guidestones
live here
for
without
global?
Yeah, you're not going to avoid leaving a footprint, man. It'd be like walking through a mud field. Like, you're not going to walk through without leaving a footprint.
Jesus could. The problem is,
Well,
all
you
of them
know.
think they're Jesus.
Well, I don't know. First off, that was water, and second off, well, you know, that sucks for us, I guess.
But
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
I just found those two hurricanes weird. I mean, you know, statistically
Yeah, that is odd.
speaking, it's statistically speaking, it is possible for them to do exactly what they did. Is it likely? No. I mean, you know, it could literally be. I know
it
a
all
lot of us
depends
here
on
are
what the weather
Christians.
pattern is
Yeah.
here in the United States too. I mean,
Yeah. Still,
we had a low trough at that point coming down through. So I mean, it's possible that the shear did push it down and
It's
cause it to.
possible, but it's not likely that the storm would simply obliterate itself in the middle of a hot tub. They just don't do that. I mean, statistically speaking. Now, on the other end of things, for those of us that are Christian and believe, could say that because of Trump's victory, God decided to just go, nope, you're gonna come over here, no, and just spin out. Bye. I mean, you know, at this point, I would buy that too. I'm already a believer. We there have been a lot of people that have said that God saved Trump so that he could do what he's about to do, whatever he's about to do. Hopefully good stuff for us and for our country and for the planet as a whole, you know. So I'm not saying there's no basis behind that. I'm just saying at this point, two very unlikely hurricanes. Yeah, I'm reading a little more Bible and at the same time screwing my tinfoil hat on just a little bit tighter because either one of them could be true. And I'm not taking any chances. I'm not taking those space rays are not going to get to me. But seriously, it is just fascinating watching them do that. I mean, this could be completely natural. It's just one of those 1 in a billion chances that just happens to roll the dice and we landed on the right number. Congratulations. The other thing, since Chris is up there scrolling through stories, give him a minute. Got one more thing that I wanted to bring up, and this is kind of important. What happened to Kari Lake and what happened in Arizona? The level of cheating there is absolutely astounding. There was also cheating in Colorado. I know we lost a House seat because somebody mysteriously got a bunch of voters, mail-in ballots just mysteriously appearing for, of course, the Democratic candidate. And Kari Lake just got completely cheated out of her seat. If you look at the numbers, there is no possible way. She got like 200,000 less votes than there are registered Republicans in her district, her Senate district, and the other guy got 137,000 more votes than there were registered Democrats. No possible way that's happening. This is literally 2020 levels of cheating again. This is the second time she's been cheated out of a seat. Trump needs to send all of his attack dogs down to Arizona, even if they manage to lose, which is entirely possible because the courts down there are just as corrupt. He needs to put up the fight and he needs to take a stand. And ultimately, if it comes to naught, then he needs to do something with Kari Lake. Personally, I would put her in charge of something related to election integrity so that she can have her little cake and eat it too moment of going down there to Mr. Gallego and saying, well, yes, actually, we did discover that you were cheating, which is against the law, which means you're going to jail. Mind you, it's going to end up being another Democratic senator because we got Kristen Sinema as the governor, and she's a Democrat. So they're just going to appoint another Democrat to that seat, but we can at least get that particular one. You know,
They made Sinema governor.
Oh yeah, she's been governor. She's been governor for a while, ever since the last
Sinema was
election.
the one that was in Congress that got away.
Oh.
That became an independent. I think you got something. What the hell is her name? Goofy girl with glasses that tried to put.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah, Sinema is
She's a senator.
that's not. Yeah, she's the senator, Arizona.
That's who they're replacing. She
Yeah,
retired.
yeah. Hobbs. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Sinema, but I was thinking Hobbs. And Adrian Fontes is the Secretary of State. Yeah. But yeah, we've lost at least 3 or 4 House seats because of cheating, minimum. And you know they're screwing around with shit, you know. And we also know that they were possibly blanking the machines too. You know, they would go through, do a tabulation, and then would blank the previous results. Basically, they're trying to cover their tracks. Now, mind you, this also lines up very.
All that is able to be seen, though. So I mean, they can, if they're doing that, there'll be a path that shows that. So
Yeah.
Latoya, I'm doing good today. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're having a good day.
Same. My big thing is this also lines up with a Democrat conspiracy that, you're going to love this. Trump and Elon Musk conspired to steal the election with Musk's Starlink satellites, directly linking up to every single one of the voting machines all across the United States and giving Trump the election.
Interesting.
Now, see, I would like to, if I could, and I'm not in a position to do it, so I'm just going to say it, talk to some of those very same Democrats that believe that, point them at Arizona, and try and get them to, you know, if both sides are demanding a full recount, audit, and investigation of every single vote that was cast in that state, there is absolutely no way Gallego is going to come away clean. Might flip the seat, might not. I mean, we're at this point, we're looking at litigation. And that can take a while. And, you know, you got standing and laches and whatever the hell else, all this other crap that, and like I said, the courts down there are corrupt as fuck.
Good morning,
So
Lord.
you're not. So we're looking at an issue, but like I said, Trump needs to throw weight down there. He needs to send his attack dogs, and he needs to put up the fight, even if it's not a fight that he's going to win. It's not going to make him look weak. On the other hand, it's going to make all of us who voted for him say, hey, you know what? When he said that the people who are cheating on elections are going to go to jail, he meant it. You know, it meant he's actually going to fight not just for him, but for his allies as well, which could influence a few minds higher up the food chain. It's one of those Pyrrhic victory sorts of situations. Make the other guy cost as much as possible.
Now,
I've been waiting on Chris here. Sorry, Lori.
The other part is the Democrats are like completely imploding on themselves. They're having a little civil war over blaming people for the loss. Pelosi was blaming Biden, and there's other people that are going after Pelosi. It's kind of interesting to see. But, well, then throw out a topic, Lori.
Yeah, give us something to talk about. I have a lot more knowledge than just politics. It's just politics are one of the things that I happen to see that I talk about. You want to hear a really crazy theory? I love this one. This one's hilarious. Biden is to the Democrats what Bush was to us Republicans, in that he was playing the fool because of various reasons. But he did it so that, you know, he was supposedly playing just enough of the fool to keep his job as president and enjoy his time in the White House, taking vacations all the time and not really doing anything. I mean, this does line up with some word that Blinken was actually running policy because he was Secretary of State, and he was basically the point man, and he was taking orders from Obama. But when they replaced Biden, he all of a sudden decided, no, F all of you. I'm going to do everything I can to turbo F this entire election as many ways as I possibly can. And his little peace meeting with Trump was basically a semi-public way of saying, yeah, as soon as I got F'd in the A, I went and talked to Trump. You know, one of those, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or temporary ally at the very least, sort of situations. And that he has, in fact, not been as cognitively declined as he has let on. And he was mainly doing that to shirk responsibility, have a good excuse to just stay on vacation all the freaking time on the taxpayers' dime.
We have a new America? Just like the good old days? Well,
Coming soon, sheepdog, coming soon. And it won't be just like the good old days. As they say, history doesn't always match, but it does rhyme. I am hoping, fingers crossed, toes crossed, I cross my eyes, but they might get stuck that way. You know what Mom used to say. Yeah. I am hoping that we get Trump and he does good for the next 4 years. Then we get 2 terms of Vance and we get an actual polar shift, not just in American politics, but in American culture, an America that demands better out of its supposed leaders, its elected officials, its public servants is what they really are. And we just overall get like good 12 years of just good living out of this. I mean, once people get another taste of what life was like in the 80s and the 40s, and not the late 40s, early 50s through the 1950s and up through about maybe mid 1960s or so, based on what my mom used to say, a taste of the really good times again, they're going to start demanding that permanently. And if we have strong policies, we can keep that going. Not eternally. I mean, you know, there's always going to be ups and downs in the financial markets.
The big part of that's going to be Trump is going to have to bring manufacturing back.
Yes.
To provide good jobs for these young people so that they can start providing better lives for themselves. And by doing that, he will change the culture and the shift of young people.
Latoya, why are you leaving YouTube?
Well, I don't hope you don't leave, but I mean, if you're going to leave, I can't stop you. So take care of yourself and be good.
I'm just wondering why. I mean, if you want to talk about it, if not, that's fine too. I mean, it's your life. I'm just curious.
But yeah, I mean, we just need to work towards
making sure the jobs are out there for the young people to get, that they can actually, you know, you don't need a freaking fancy college degree for literally everything just to get your freaking foot in the door, plus, you know, 60 hours or 60 years of learned experience in a system that's only come out 2 weeks ago, all that other ridiculous crap. I mean, and all these phantom jobs too. Oh my God, phantom jobs are such a huge issue in the job market. And companies do that to make their stock look good. Now, technically, these phantom jobs are illegal, but proving that it's a phantom job is virtually impossible. Really, there's so much dirty stuff that goes on in the job market. It's not as cut and dry as it used to be. Everybody keeps saying, you know, it's a buyer's market when it comes to employment. Well, not really. I mean, if you're a specialist in a certain field, there's only so many jobs for those specialists.
That's what I'm doing, Fred.
Preparing
Just
some
everybody
linseed
got
oil.
that.
I didn't.
Some stain, yeah.
Oh,
Sounded
you're
like
shaking
linseed oil to me, but you know, microphone.
There you go, Chris.
You're
That'll
having
get
too
us
much
kicked
fun
off
there,
of
buddy.
YouTube.
Dave said January can't get here soon enough. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just hoping that.
Escape, kitten, escape. You're getting buried.
And then we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna be on pins and needles for his whole 4 years, I'm afraid, to some
dear
degree.
God, yes. Oh dear God, yes. I mean, if he makes
Because
it 2 years,
the more,
go ahead.
yeah, the more he does, The more he does, the more he's going to piss people off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You bet on that.
I'm just hoping that at the very least, if he is not going to make it, that he makes it at least 2 years and a day. That way we get 10 years of Vance instead. Because then Vance will have 2 years to prove himself to us to be the true successor to the MAGA movement and the true successor to making America an actual better place. And, with his existing experience in government, he already knows where all the snake pits are, or at least he should. And if he makes a whole bunch of good decisions, then he can run for re-election twice. It's 2 years and a day is what the rules are.
Okay.
I mean, 10 years of Vance, and then, if he does really, really well, and we can keep that ball rolling. I mean, as it was, this election almost made New Jersey, New Mexico, New Hampshire, and a couple of other places almost swing states. And, he got pretty close to New York, too, 44%. That's better than any Republican has done in ages. And as we have said before, hey, Thomas, and as we said before, we shore up our election integrity, combine that with good policy, and make the American people want to vote for, people who are actually doing good things. We will recover.
Let's do a shift here.
What you got?
We're going to do something fun here. We're going to talk about Mattel,
Yay!
the toy maker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
You're
Go
in
ahead.
pain.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry to hear that. I deal with chronic pain every day, so I can kind of understand what you're talking about. I hope that you can find doctors that can help you with regulating that pain. So the new movie Wicked is coming out with Ariana Grande and that crazy woman who wants to cry racism over everything.
Yep.
But Mattel apologizes for misprint on Wicked doll packaging that links to a porn website.
Oh shit!
If your kids go to the website that's printed on the packaging, it will take you to a naughty website that shows them lots of stuff that they're not allowed to see yet.
Well, that ain't no accident.
So, they're saying it's Mattel has apologized and is stating it is taking action to remove the misprinted toys packaging.
Somebody get
Bullshit.
one now and then sell it on eBay for $500.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the website it's literally the name of the movie. The only problem is that the name of the movie.com happens to also be a naughty website. Now, the problem is, and I can honestly see this being a mistake, knowing how the game of telephone works in corporate America. The actual URL that they were supposed to print on the box is name of movie, themovie.com. Wickedthemovie.com was supposed to be on the package, not just the name of the movie.com. Somebody somewhere got it in their head when they were writing up all the text for the packaging that they could just drop the name of the movie on there. I didn't even know that was a naughty website until I read that article. It could have, like I said, it could very well have been a simple mistake and nobody caught it until it was literally too late and the stuff was already out the door. And at that time, it's where you go, I'm going this way and deleting every link I have to ever being part of the, text on the box. We screwed up. Now I've got to cover my ass. It happens all the freaking time. This is why, certain percentages of rodent poop and stuff is allowed in our food. Nothing is perfect and people make mistakes. This just happens to be a really huge mistake. And it's one that I can completely understand. Having worked in IT as much as I have, if I told somebody over the phone the URL of something and they're not paying freaking attention, they're being dumbasses and they're typing it into their keyboard manually, and I just say name of the movie, themovie.com, they'll be like, oh, well, just name of the movie.com. It just doesn't click over because they're not paying freaking attention. and then it gets down to the printers and nobody catches it. Maybe somebody does, and they're like, we're making a mistake. But I'm so low on the totem pole that if I said something about this, I'd just get yelled at. So screw it. Just let it happen. Just let it burn. Let the world burn.
Okay.
I can totally see this being a mistake. I don't think it was malicious, although I'm pretty sure at least somebody somewhere caught this and just said, I'm not going to say anything because what does it get me? I do not benefit from saying anything. Or worse, I'll get yelled at.
All right, another one. If you live in Australia, we have a friend that lives down there.
Yeah,
So
Andrew,
we
you
go,
on today?
I don't think he is. I think he's in bed. It's after 10 o'clock down there at night. But
It's always nice seeing
suspected
you.
tar balls on Sydney beaches actually end up being poop-filled bags.
Nice.
I'm sure that made people happy to see that and find them.
Mm.
So, take
Did
care,
you say
Cora. Have a good day.
poop-filled bags?
Yes. Well, they have it in they're called fatbergs, I guess. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm guessing bags. A woman stopped for orange juice in North Carolina and bought a lottery ticket and won $250,000. Congratulations to her.
The IRS will be by very soon to take away almost all of that and leave you with $2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, if we get back to this tariff thing like Trump wants to, the IRS gets
Oh,
abolished.
God, yes. Oh,
That'd be
please.
great.
I would be happy with just getting my payroll tax cut by 50%. I'd be very happy with it getting cut down to 25%. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get away from payroll taxes. I really don't think this is something that Trump is going to be able to pull off, even, if we extend it into Vance's possible term, cross fingers. I don't see, that kind of stuff being eliminated, but I would like to see it decreased. A permanent decrease. Just find a way to cut it back. More money in my pocket every time my paycheck rolls around.
Pet python missing for 2 months, found in a Chili's parking lot in North Carolina.
Oh,
Nice.
So that's
I don't
good.
have a python, but if it ever did manage to escape my safe, I would be very impressed because the kind of python I would collect comes from Colt. Would not come from any other place. I would not buy the kind of python that slithers around. I would buy the kind that goes pew pew. It's very loud, very pretty. I would buy an original. I would not buy one of the remakes. The remakes are supposed to be okay, but I want an original.
There was a kangaroo that was on the loose for 3 weeks in Florida that they finally captured. How does
Did
a
they find it in
kangaroo-
Florida man's bedroom? Come on, it's
Kangaroo
Florida.
that escaped from its Florida enclosure while fleeing from a bear. So apparently a bear got the kangaroo's
It's Florida.
enclosure.
It's Florida.
No, do
Florida,
not bite
what
the
the hell did you
cord,
expect?
you little butthead. What else we got going on here? A
Hey, at least
diver
the thing-
off the coast of Barbados finds a ring that was lost in 1977.
Heard that story.
So that's kind of
That was
cool.
pretty
That's the,
neat.
that's the year my Kawasaki was made. 1977.
Philippines resort features world's largest chicken-shaped building.
Okay, that's a very strange flex, but I'll take it. Do they serve fried chicken over there? I love me some fried chicken.
I'm sure they'll make anything you want. Whether it's the actual chicken or not, it's a whole nother story, but, they'll call it fried chicken, I'm sure.
I love the Asian style fried chicken. The ones you get at Chinese restaurants. It tastes a lot better than the American style of fried chicken, which you get at like Popeyes or Popeyes, I should say, is in a class by itself. But like KFC or any of the other fried chicken places, I really like the Asian style fried chicken. I don't know, it just tastes better to me. And I know that they have a slightly different process they use for it. Although, if you want to really try old fashioned fried chicken, I recommend this to everybody in the audience. If you like to make fried chicken, if you actually enjoy making it, look up Townsend's on YouTube. They have a recipe for fried chicken from the early 1800s or late 1700s, somewhere around there. It's a slightly different recipe than what you might expect, but apparently it comes out really, really good. I made it roughly that way once. I had to substitute some ingredients, so it didn't come out quite the same. And it tasted great to me. I loved it. But, you know, I will try any cooking experiment that I have the ingredients for. Love cooking, even though.
Did anybody see where 43 monkeys escaped in South Carolina?
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Oh,
conspiracy
yeah.
theory behind that too.
The macaques or whatever.
Yeah, they're
Weren't
all they're all experimental monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
There
So
was a
they've had
movie-
all kind of. So they've been whatever with all kind of shit, and now they're out in the public.
Pretty much.
one of,
Nothing to see here.
one of my
Nothing to
friends,
see here.
One of my friends told me this one, that they were afraid that the monkeys had been victims of very specific kinds of experimentation, and that they would go out into their backyard one day and see a monkey with a giant banana trying to enjoy the company of their chickens.
Oh my.
I mean, I was like, I don't think they were that kind of experimental monkeys, but
Yeah.
yeah, if they were and that happens, yeah, just get the shotgun.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
sure.
the last thing you want to see, because then your eggs end up trying to crawl up the tree by themselves.
Or filled with poop.
Oh, yeah. You don't want that. You don't want that.
A bear got caught stealing candy from a pumpkin in Connecticut on Halloween.
Yeah, I seen that.
Bears are cute.
That's pretty funny.
Bears are
but
cute.
yeah,
They're
it-
fun.
He threw the candy all over the place pretty much, and then took the pumpkin. Apparently didn't like the candy.
Yep.
Oh, so it's a healthy
So-
bear then.
Mm.
It was a healthy bear. Yeah, he had standards. Damn it.
I really love bears. There's something that I pet with my eyes at a very long distance. But
Yeah.
some of the shenanigans that bears get up to sometimes just makes me absolutely smile. I saw a viral video of a bear that decided to try and enjoy a hammock, but he couldn't quite get up into it. So he got really upset. He got sad and he left.
Poor bear.
And I saw another one where a couple of chihuahuas scared off a bear. I think
Oh,
it was in
shit.
California. Bear was trying to come over the stone fence or stone wall into the backyard. And this pile of chihuahuas, must have been like 3 or 4 of them, just raised absolute hell. And the bear was like, I don't want that smoke. Nope. And he went right over. And meanwhile, the owner is freaking the fuck out. Pardon me. Freaking out because, tiny little 2-pound chihuahua, 700-pound bear. That bear could have them all for a snack if it so decided. But nope, the bear just got scared out of his wits and he ran for it. Bear, and there was another one. This is one of my favorite recent bear stories. A family was in the forest. Now, mind you, you should absolutely never, ever, ever do what these people did. But it was cute. The bear came over to their picnic area and sat down at the picnic table like a human. And everybody just played it cool, like it was the most normal thing in the world. And they served the bear a
Yeah.
sandwich, and he ate it.
Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Now, of course,
Better
and
the
I
bear
have-
eats the sandwich than me, so I guess.
yeah, but I can't stress this enough. Do not feed bears human food, ever.
Yeah.
I don't care what the situation is. Never feed them human food because they will become addicted to it. They will start to associate humans with food. And one of these days, they're going to be very upset that some human did not give them food when they expected it. And that human is going to end up in severe pain or possibly worse. And then we have to put the bear down because once the bears get addicted to human food, they just don't stop. They're very smart. The problem is that it's very hard to break them of that behavior once they learn it. and the only real thing that the Park Service can do is put the bear down. So please, please, please never feed a bear human food. I mean,
Fucking
obviously, if your choice is, okay, my ham sandwich or my life, just give the bear the ham sandwich. But
Yeah.
don't do what that family did. As cute as it was, it can have very negative consequences. And, I'm not a hyper conservationalist, but it's still, you got to try and do right by nature. And sometimes it's counterintuitive to our caring nature and our desire to, a lot of good people just, oh, you poor animal, come here, let me help you. Let me, tend to your wounds. Let me feed you and, let me make your life better. We have that instinct. It's a caring instinct. A lot of people have it. Not all people. Most of the ones that do have blue hair. But just don't.
Apparently, YouTube is censoring comments again.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
joy.
And costing us people watching because they got tired of it and left. I got a message about it.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Fuck you, YouTube. You're pissing me off.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I got something for you. Go ahead, kick me off. I don't care. I'll take a vacation. And
But
you can
speaking
kiss
of pain,
my
you were
royal
talking about
Irish
getting pain.
ass.
You're talking about pain. British daredevil dragged behind motorcycle at 159 miles per hour. Just to break a Guinness Book of World Records.
Well, you know what?
I guess having a helmet on. I guess having a helmet on at that point is kind of redundant.
Right?
Might be. I mean, it's better than nothing.
No, that helmet's wearing you. You ain't wearing the helmet.
But still, it's better than nothing. I mean, the road rash he's going to have is going to be insane. It'll go right down to the bone. But
If he did that, if he did,
Pakistan situation, let me look it up. Sheepdog, I
If
don't
he
know
did-
anything about it.
go ahead,
if
Mike.
he did that willingly, don't feel too bad for him.
Well, I mean, I'm going to feel sympathy for him because, when you try to set up for a record break, you do your best to make it as safe as possible. And I can understand the desire.
He did it. He's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing happened to him. I'm just saying that could have led to quite a bit of pain.
Pain, yeah.
Could-
But I
could
get
have.
the idea of wanting to beat a record, not just to get your name in the books, but for some people, it's like the mountain is there. I must climb it because I must prove to myself that I can accomplish something like that. So I get the mentality. I've got nothing against it. Me, I keep my goals.
No.
I shoot a little lower than that. Like, hey, can I beat my high score at Pac-Man today? Stuff like that.
I forget what his name is. He played Hannibal. He was in a movie with.
Anthony.
He rode a motorcycle. Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that movie with that Indian. He was out in the salt flats.
Yeah.
Like he came.
Yeah.
He came the whole way from. I forget where
Australia.
Scottish. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. And then once you get there, you're like, you know what? I'm fucking doing it.
Yeah.
even
Sheepdog,
even
are you
with a
talking
minor
about the
problem.
Fog?
The
What's
what?
that, Chris?
I'm asking Sheepdog was asking how we felt about the Pakistan situation. The only thing I'm finding about Pakistan is a toxic smog. Trying to see if that's what he's talking about.
I could crack a few jokes, but I won't.
Didn't
Mostly
hear about that.
because if you're living with that kind of a pollution issue, I just gotta feel bad for you.
Toxic smog in Pakistan is so bad you can see it from space.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like Los Angeles picked up and moved.
Yeah.
Because I remember,
right.
I was only there for about the tail end of that sort of thing. But I remember going down to San Diego and looking towards Los Angeles and being, getting close to Los Angeles, having this terrible smell. Oh, we had a self-deletion firecracker
I
person.
didn't see
Hey,
that.
Jay. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
What
Hi,
happened?
Jay.
Happy Veterans
What
Day,
happened
Jay.
there?
Um,
Happy Veterans Day.
a self-deletion person with
Firecracker.
one of those wonderful, nice vests that
A
look like
firecracker
a
vest.
firework at the end.
Oh, okay.
Not yet, Jay. Not yet, bud.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that he even got out. He might be hiding someplace in the house that I just haven't found him yet. But I'm holding out hope that I find him soon.
We appreciate what
see.
you've done for us, Jay.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me see if I can find information about what he's talking about here. Unfortunately, we're going to that's just going to happen. There's no way to make everybody happy in the world, and people will do what they can to hurt
They lash out.
others.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate fact of human life. We have not reached a true point of post-scarcity society yet. As much as certain people might think we have not. Once we reach,
it was a hate crime against Chinese.
somehow I'm not surprised.
Why are Chinese people working in Pakistan?
Oh no, China owns a port down there. The Chinese military has a military base in Pakistan. It was part of the Belt and Road Initiative years ago. One of their first stops was Pakistan. They invested a lot of money into Pakistan's infrastructure, and in exchange, Pakistan leased them a base, just like we got those Lend-Lease bases for World War II for 99 years plus options. They basically did the same thing. And they established a PLAN facility there in Pakistan. Well, obviously, a lot of Pakistanis are not too happy about literal godless commies being all over their area. And there has been some, it's not highly publicized, but there has been some pushback. And you got to realize Pakistan is about as devout towards Islam. A lot of areas, not all areas, but a lot of areas of Pakistan are as devout towards Islam as the deep, deep south is towards Christianity. The only thing is that Pakistanis, they have lots of guns. They also have access to a lot of other things. Hell, you go into the Northwest Territories of Pakistan, the Northwest Frontier, you can walk in there and lay your hands on a Kalash for about $50 US. And they're freely sold up there, and the Pakistani government doesn't even try and control the tribal zones. So, yeah, and you could just walk that right back across the border into another district in Pakistan, and you've got and people own all kinds of unlicensed guns up there, even though they supposedly have a system to try and track that and so on and so forth. The thing is that Pakistanis have had an issue with Chinese trying to run roughshod over the locals down there ever since they started putting in that military base. And
unfortunately, this is the third time this week that something like this has happened. So they've got some kind of long-standing thing going on.
Oh yeah, it's going back a few years at this point. The Chinese apparently have been horrible guests. As a lot of times Chinese government or branches or feelers thereof tend to act. When they get there, they have this huge sense of entitlement. And that's a cultural issue. And they feel like, the locals should really just serve them. There was, in fact, if you look for it, I think it's still on YouTube, there was an interview that a Chinese foreman had when he was in Africa, and it was him trying to deal with the local labor and him basically, treating them like dirt. And a lot of it was
beating them. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of it was, he just didn't understand why these people didn't have half the education that he did. It was as much a cultural disconnect on his part as it was theirs. There was a lot of issues there. Now, that was happening also in Pakistan. The only thing is Pakistanis, they don't take too kindly to people pushing them around like that. They don't take too kindly to literal godless commies trying to tell them what to do. Oh, you know what? Oh, you're trying to make me do this. No, screw you. Not only is this potentially against my religion, but also just screw you in general. The Pakistanis have a pretty independent spirit when it comes to that sort of thing. So the Chinese treating them like dirt has not gone over well. And there was a call, I remember, I want to say 18 months ago at this point, in their legislature to literally just throw them out. It was not, it was shouted down because a lot of those politicians are on the take. It's not a lot of corruption, blah, blah, blah. But there was a call to have the Chinese literally thrown out of their military base and just take the land back. What's China going to do about it? Sue them in international court? Are they going to start a freaking war? It's one of those, why don't we just go ahead and take it and tell them to leave or just throw them out? What are they going to do? What you going to do, bro? But the corrupt government was like, nah, we're making too much money off of this shit. Let the Chinese stay. So what if the people get pushed around a little bit? Just have to deal with it for the prosperity of the country because we're able to do all this investment in infrastructure and my wallet and other infrastructure and my cousin's wallet. And, it's just how things go around there. But Belt and Road has gotten China into all kinds of trouble internationally. Not just that one interview from years ago. That was also part of the Belt and Road Initiative, by the way. But they've had issues literally everywhere they go with this Belt and Road Initiative because anytime that they drop personnel over there, so-called private enterprise or not, they start having conflicts with the locals. Sometimes it's over the fact that the locals just don't have the same level of education that they do. I denigrate China all you want, but they have some pretty good schools. They can at least teach you, the basics of math, their own language, their own history, as propagandized as it is, and a lot of other stuff. They're good at that. And then you go to some place like the middle of Africa where they're lucky if the UN school is allowed to stay open through 6th grade before it gets shot up or firecrackered or whatever by the local dissident group. You get people that don't get a chance at that kind of an education, even half that kind of an education. And then, the Chinese come in and they're expecting them to perform tasks that require at least a 5th grade education by US standards. And they just don't have it. They just don't have it. So, and then they start getting in conflicts with the locals. And then when they realize the locals aren't worth crap, they have to import Chinese workers, or they have to import Indian workers, or literally whatever they can get their hands on. They have to import workers. Those workers then start making, an ass of themselves to the locals. And, it just gets worse and worse and worse. The situation spirals out of control. And eventually the investment collapses. That has been happening regularly ever since the Belt and Road Initiative started. And it was China's attempt to do imperialist shit along the same lines as the United States. The United States basically launched a massive imperialist campaign after World War II to control the Western world through one way or another. Largely, they succeeded. Kissinger was a big reason for that. And mind you, he was a real dick about it, too. He kind of screwed over some of our allies in order to just make better fiefdoms for the United States. It worked through the Cold War. The only problem is it's falling apart now. China was trying to do the same thing by throwing money at the problem. Oh, hello, impoverished African country. If we gave you a few billion yen, could we build a military base here? Or can we build some so-called private enterprise stuff here? Can we move our businesses in? Can we get, good trade relations going? Can we get favorable tariff practices and taxes and things like that? Oh, yeah, sure. Just put it in the giant piggy bank here, and then this smaller piggy bank for what's actually going to go to the public, corruption. And, eventually, it's just all been collapsing. They haven't gotten the kind of control over these countries that they wanted. The locals are constantly causing problems for them. Eventually, they're forced to leave and abandon things. And then the construction that they do is of the usual Chinesium quality. There was a dam, I forget where it was now. There was a dam that they built in Africa that basically collapsed within a few years. Part of it was due to bad maintenance. Part of it was also because it was built just that damn badly.
Okay, so let's find something else here.
Oh, I've been waiting for you to change the subject. I'm just kind of yammering at this point. See, I would make a good politician if I put my mind to it, because I can keep a topic going and say absolutely nothing for 2 hours, just to hear the sound of my own voice.
I can see that.
Mind you, I don't like doing it to you guys, but
Truck spills load of energy drinks along Nebraska highway. So some Nebraska people were happy, I bet.
well, the local wildlife going, Speedy Gonzalez and Roadrunner at the same time, I'm sure whoever got dosed in that stuff, just got flooded, soaked it all up, probably thought he was the Flash there for about 5 minutes until the caffeine high wore off. Oh, you got the kiddos there, Jay, huh?
Message in a bottle found in Ontario Lake after 26 years. That's a interesting one. Wonder if it
Anybody
came from
ever-
a ship that went down or something. Let's look into that.
Anybody ever do that when they were kids? Stick a message in a bottle, with your address. Obviously, this being before the days of the internet. I did that a couple of times. I did it once in San Diego, and I did it again in Lake Michigan. My bottles never got found, though. Or if they did, nobody wrote back. I did that with a balloon once, too. I attached my address to it, and I got like 4 or 5.
Yeah, we did that as
balloons.
kids with the balloons.
Yeah. My balloon went right into a transformer. The
Well, that doesn't
utility
work too well.
company. Well, the school had us release these balloons. The only problem is that the wind caught them. A bunch of them ended up in the trees less than a mile from the school. Mine went almost directly into a transformer, and let's just say the school heard it from people's energy about that. There was
Get that out of your mouth. Sorry.
there was just a little bit of a disagreement. Oh, Stripes. Oh, that's a good film. Rest in peace, Harold Ramis. Oh,
But yeah, this is
I missed
supposedly 26 years ago. The bottle was tossed into the lake as part of a school project, and it was found by a student at the same school. Get off the laptop, please. Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry you're pissed off at me, but oh well.
but Chris, if not for sits, why is it made of warm?
What is it here? Mackenzie Van Eek was a 4th grade student at St. John the Baptist Catholic Elementary School in Bell River when she and her classmates threw messages and bottles into Lake St. Clair. And River Vanberg, a current kindergarten student at the school, found the bottle while visiting the beach with his grandmother. Interesting. That's kind of cool.
Lake St. Clair is that lake between Ontario and the United States. It's in between Huron and Erie.
Oh. Well, that had to have been interesting. A raccoon descends from ceiling at New York's LaGuardia Airport. So apparently,
When did Mayor Adams get up in the ceiling?
well, I'm just gonna leave that one alone because yeah. But what the hell's going on up in New York that they have they have raccoons coming out of the ceiling at one of their major airports?
Raccoons will get absolutely anywhere they can and get anything that they can.
Yeah,
That's just a
I
raccoon
know
for
that. Unfortunately, I had to deal with a crazy raccoon not too long ago.
you. Yeah, we know. Very tragic.
Miracle horse survives fall down well without serious injuries. How big is the well that a damn horse fell down it?
Or how small is the horse?
It's kind of small. Collection of 1,308 pieces of Selena memorabilia breaks world record. I don't care about that. Deer runs loose through Missouri nail salon. That's got to be fun. Wonder if it got it painted up in the same time it destroyed all that stuff.
I was about to say she just wanted a hoof job, I'm sure.
Good morning, Andrea. Welcome in. How you doing?
Hello.
Porta potties fall off truck during morning commute in Massachusetts. That turned
Oh, that's
into
a
a
shitty
shitty
time.
situation.
Yep.
Yeah. 3 raccoons returned to English Zoo. One still on the loose. The 4th raccoon's actually been captured. So they're all back where they belong. Kentucky Transit Group's giant thumbtack is largest in the world. Okay. So they have a giant thumbtack. That means they can be a giant prick to somebody, I guess. 3 goats and a dog wander into a Massachusetts fire station. I think there's a joke somewhere in there. Oregon man paddles pumpkin 45.67 miles to break world record.
I was about to say there's something about that.
An Oregon man hollowed out his prized 1,214-pound pumpkin and plunged it into a Washington river for a record-breaking paddle. Okay. Well, it must not have been such a prized pumpkin if he was willing to carve it up and jump in it.
Well, I know there's a record for something about pumpkins and rowing. I've heard about it before.
Let's see. Burglar bear destroys pickup truck from the inside out. Apparently, that's not. A Montana woman getting ready for work went out to her pickup truck and discovered it had been torn apart from the inside out by a black bear. I bet she had food in there. Because that's usually
Most
what
likely.
draws trucks into vehicles. Draws bears into them. So let's see. Let's see if I'm right. Pickup truck's brake lights were on, and there was glass all around on the ground. Interior shredded, broken window, cracked windshield. We knew it was him because, well, the bear paw prints on the truck and opened the door. Okay, well. She said there was no food or trash inside the vehicle. I call bullshit.
Well, it might have been there at one point, and the smell lingered enough to attract them.
Police warn of plastic pumpkin dangers to deer in Ohio. Apparently, your deer in Ohio are eating plastic pumpkins.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's an interesting thing. I mean, you would think they would be able to tell the difference between a real pumpkin and a not real pumpkin, but
You'd think.
well, I guess the dumbing down doesn't just happen to humans. Andrea said, "Happy Veterans Day." Yeah, Valentine's Day. Sorry. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service to all our veterans in here. Appreciate you more than you know. Yes, thank you to you all. And on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. I've got to go take care of some things here.
Yep.
And yeah. Jay is saying that he's going to queue up the movie Stripes and get that going for you. But yeah, hey, thanks for being here. We appreciate y'all. And
Happy Veterans Day.
See you on Discord, and we will be here this afternoon at 4 p.m. And we'll have some veterans joining us. Hopefully, that's our plan. So, but yeah, Mike, thanks for hanging out. Fred, Cal, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. And we will see you all later.
Take care.
Be safe, y'all. Thank you. Peace. Wait, what did Andrea say here? What are you trying to say? Our deer are dumber than others? I didn't say that at all. I just said that it appears that the deer can be dumbed down just like people. But Animal Farm said echo that. Happy Veterans Day. God bless you all. Yeah. If you have a prayer request, please let me know, and we'll put that on our prayer list and stuff. But yeah, love you guys. Peace. We're out. See y'all later.